kwaku walfamelako na kungumu na utukufu.
Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to All About That Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who's all about that Disney life. We now move on to the next attraction for Animal Kingdom. It is Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is located in the Africa section of the park. So let's get to know the story or the breakdown for this attraction. The attraction simulates a short photo safari aboard a safari vehicle through the Harambee Wildlife Reserve in Harambee, East Africa. While traveling through the large open exhibit, the game driver points out animals and provides entertainment. Various African animal species appear as if they could come right up to the tourists, though they are cleverly disguised fences and boundaries to ensure guest safety. So the animals that you can see on the Kilimanjaro Safaris are the African bush elephants, African wild dogs, and Angkor cattle, black-crowned cranes, which can be seen in the queue, the black rhinoceroses, blue wildebeests, bongos, cheetahs, the common eland, the common ostrich, the common warthog, greater flamingos, greater kudus, Hartmann's mountain zebras, hippopotamuses, lions, mandrills, Maasai giraffes, Nigerian dwarf goats, Nile crocodiles, okapis, pink-backed pelicans, sable antelopes, saddle-billed storks, spotted hyenas, springbooks, waterbucks, and white rhinoceroses. So let's move on to the history of this attraction. The Kilimanjaro Safaris opened on April 22nd, 1998. Walt Disney wanted to use real African animals for the river attraction Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. However, for several reasons, audio animatronic replicas were placed instead. The ride originally included a scripted portion where the safari truck would be contacted by a habitat warden and a scientist to hunt down poachers that had captured a mother elephant and her child, known as Big Red and Little Red. The poachers would have been captured at gunpoint by another cast member acting as a warden. This element of the attraction was eventually eliminated and replaced with scaring off the poachers after pursuit. During cast previews of Disney's Animal Kingdom, there was a dark ending in which the safari vehicle encountered the corpse of Big Red. She was on the ground, symbolizing that the poachers got to her and the tour group was too late to save the mother elephant. Despite being only a statue, this scene proved too shocking for families and children. Many complaints were filed, so Disney removed the simulated corpse to give the attraction a happier ending. This ride usually operates right until sundown, but during the holiday season of 1998, the safaris were continued at night and dubbed Kilimanjaro Night Safaris. Though many animals were asleep or unable to be seen at night, the attraction had a completely different script and storyline. This new attraction featured additional animal sounds, reflectors hidden in the foliage to resemble animals' eyes, and an actual African dance troupe who performed around a bonfire in the area normally occupied by the attraction's elephants. Kilimanjaro Night Safaris only ran during that initial holiday season. After this time, it was deemed that the additional costs, plus the fact that animal visibility was poor, made night safaris unfeasible to continue on the regular. In 2004, much of the savannah's drainage system had to be replaced. The attraction remained open during the rehab with green tarps covering the construction sites to keep the animals out. Between 2007 and 2009, the trucks were extended with an extra row of seating, allowing for more capacity. Also, the safari script/story were significantly changed, placing less of an emphasis on the Little Red storyline and more about the animals in the reserve and the need to find a lost elephant at the end. This led to a somewhat confused plot in which guests are searching for a lost mother elephant and eventually find her baby, which according to the story had already been safe the whole time. In July of 2010, it was announced that guests would soon be able to go on guided treks around the savannah. That included areas that were not part of the regular ride experience. On February 10th, 2012, it was announced that the Little Red portion of the ride would be replaced with a zebra exhibit. That exhibit opened in the fall of 2012. The attraction housed Hartmann's mountain zebras, but these were removed 4 months after their arrival due to adjustment issues. Some reports claim that the zebras were fighting each other, biting at vehicles or each other, standing in the road, or just causing issues due to excessive mating behavior. They were eventually replaced with addax antelope. In 2016, night safaris were reintroduced as a part of the expansion of Disney's Animal Kingdom. The nighttime changes included a sunset, animal sounds, and the introduction of hyenas and painted dogs to the reserve. The ride path was shortened for the night safaris in order to avoid areas where no animals would be visible. Let's move on to the construction. The attraction features custom-built 1990 to 2002 GMC Top Kicks and Ford Super Duty trucks riding washed-out rutted roads. The roadbed is actually constructed of dark brown colored concrete embedded with permanent tire ruts. The vehicles appear to have mud on them, but the mud is actually sprayed painted cement. Between each ecosystem are both chain road sensors and bars to prevent animals from venturing between sections, and the vehicles drive directly on these obstacles. As I've said, I will be talking about incidences for these rides as they come up, and I did find quite a few for this attraction. Initially, there were a number of animal deaths from disease, toxic exposure, maternal killings, and parked vehicles. The United States Department of Agriculture investigation found no violations of the Animal Welfare Act for the 29 deaths that happened between September of 1997 and April of 1998. In June of 1998, the death of a hippopotamus from probable pneumonia caused a 40-minute closure of the ride. In July of 2007, a man broke his ankle after jumping out of a ride vehicle. And in February of 2008, a small fire broke out at the front of a ride vehicle. A woman was taken to hospital after jumping from the truck, and 3 other people suffered minor injuries. So my experience with Kilimanjaro Safaris, I love going on this ride every single time I get to Animal Kingdom. It is actually one of the first things that my family does. As soon as we get to Animal Kingdom, we head right to Kilimanjaro Safaris because it's nice, it's relaxing, you get to see all the animals, but if it's stinking hot outside with that Florida heat, chances are that the animals are hiding in the shade or they're in the water, deep in the water somewhere, and you just got to look very hard or you just might not see them at all. So don't be too disappointed if you're at Kilimanjaro Safaris on a super hot day and you won't be seeing any animals, but it's still a nice little bit of a ride and it is very entertaining. So there you have it. Those are all the facts to Kilimanjaro Safaris. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.